Stallone month on Bad Movie Beatdown. Today's effort is from 1986, Cobra. Stallone was becoming an action star in his own right, thanks to the Rambo and the increasingly silly Rocky series. However, even with the box office successes of those movies, he did have one disaster, Over the Top, an arm wrestling movie made for Schlock Factory Cannon Films. That's right, not only does someone think an arm wrestling movie should be made, but it would also be successful. God love those cocaine snorters. Cobra was another Cannon-related production, complete with cheap 80s film stock, a ridiculous story, and even more ridiculous action. For this effort, Stallone reteamed with George P. Costomos, director of Rambo First Blood Part 2. So you know it's going to be totally absurd. Cobra was picked on by critics being a right-wing fantasy, and watching it now, it's exactly the sort of movie one can immediately tell is from the Reagan era, that cops should be ruthless and hand out bullets rather than warrants. As you might have guessed, Stallone wrote the script, and much of the film's heavy-handed political message can be attributed to him. James Cameron, who co-wrote Rambo First Blood Part 2 with Stallone, said, "I wrote the action, he wrote the politics." Cobra is apparently the Beverly Hills Cop movie that Stallone would have made had he not been replaced by Eddie Murphy. The film opens with this tough, gritty narration from Stallone.
In America, there's a burglary every 11 seconds, an armed robbery every 65 seconds, a violent crime every 25 seconds, a murder every 24 minutes, and 250 rapes a day.
Remember, this is serious. It's happening right goddamn now. It's happening in your hometown. Which is suddenly diffused when we see this axe-wielding gang in a disused factory, apparently covered in shredded bed sheets. I think this is meant to be intimidating, but it comes off as really high camp. It's intercut with red-filtered motorcycle riding, which makes it look like a music video for the world's shittiest heavy metal band. It's also set at Christmas time. You might recall that it was very popular to set action movies around Christmas time as a retort to this whole goodwill to all men thing, but it seems to have disappeared now. We see a motorcyclist pull in and we know he's bad news because he parks in a handicap space. The bastard. The thug, who resembles a melted Billy Bob Thornton, pulls out a shotgun and starts shooting randomly. Take that, vegetables! Take that, crisps! Take that and use the explosive soda bottles! The police and SWAT are soon called to the scene.
Enough of trying to deal with this maniac.
All we need is a little more time. We can get control of the situation.
What control?
Yeah, take control of what, you limp-dicked lefty? They decide to call in the Cobra, and really? Is that what he drives?
Cobra.
Look, I don't agree with them bringing you in here. I just want you to know that.
This dialogue sounds really unnatural. Just wanted you to know that. Cobra makes his way through the shop towards the thug. Gee, I wonder who sponsored the movie. Look at that! Pepsi product placement takes up half the screen! I guess Pepsi didn't pay enough though, as Stallone also drinks the shamelessly placed Coors beer instead of the Pepsi. And since when do open freezers create a dry ice fog on the floor?
Come on, man. I got a bomb here. I'll blow this whole place up.
Go ahead. I don't shop here.
For a moment I thought he was going to end with "Make my day."
I'm a hero. You're looking at a fucking hunter.
You're a disease, and I'm the cure.
Which he then follows by throwing a knife into the perp and ruthlessly gunning him down. That's Cobra's approach to chemotherapy. Cobra walks out into a field of badly scripted reporters.
Was it necessary for it to end like this? Did he have to die? Did you use unnecessary deadly force?
That's right, you should have totally gone in unarmed.
You wait on here. Viewers have the right to know what makes a policeman a judge and a jury. People have rights.
You tell that to his family, huh?
Yeah, you leftist mouthpiece. After a hard day's work shooting criminals and assaulting reporters, Cobra goes home to polish his gun. No, that isn't a euphemism. He really does that.
Tonight, the man known as the Night Slasher has apparently struck for the 16th time in just over a month's time.
16 times in a month? That's not a serial killer, that's a rampage. They should be having curfews on the street at night.
Not much else is known other than that the Night Slasher preys upon anyone. His victims have included businessmen, the elderly, and in one case, a sexually assaulted child.
Oh, real tasteful. Just in case you didn't get he was the bad guy.
There's no question that it's the same weapon.
Mutilating cuts, straight, long, deep, just like the others.
And still, this bastard shows no distinct pattern.
If the wounds are consistent with the other victims, wouldn't there be a very distinct pattern?
If we let Cabretti use his tactics, we're asking for a lot of trouble.
But we can't go shaking down people who have internal affairs jumping down our throats.
Yeah, well then we lost. Because as long as we have to play by these bullshit rules and the killer doesn't, we're gonna lose.
I've had up to here with your rules. Like reading the suspect his rights. That scumbag ain't got no rights. The Night Slasher and his anarchist gang go out and kill another woman. You may notice that although we've been told they don't discriminate, most of the victims in this movie are women. Ingrid, played by Stallone's then squeezed Brigitte Nielsen, drives by, spotting the Night Slasher, played by Brian Thompson, who for some reason is unmasked. Oh, right, because the plot says so. They note the license plate because one of the anarchists, Nancy, works for the police. This is probably Stallone's statement that the police are so caught up in bureaucracy they can't even spot a traitor amongst their ranks. Shame it comes off as nonsensical plotting instead. The cops, stuck for options, put Cobra and his partner Gonzalez on the case. The guy who plays Gonzalez also played a Gonzalez in Dirty Harry. In fact, our left-wing antagonist is played by the Scorpio Killer from the same movie. You don't think Stallone saw the Dirty Harry franchise and wanted a piece of the action, do you? Oh my god, what the hell is happening? I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords. Oh wait, it's part of a bizarre photo shot that model Ingrid is doing that is in no way an excuse to put Brigitte Nielsen in progressively skimpier clothing. Only in the 80s.
I still think if you wanted to, you could be doing a lot bigger layouts. I'd be sick not to want to sleep with you. Okay, then don't do it for me, do it for your career.
Well, he's a sleaze bag, so he's going to die in the next 30 seconds. Told ya. What's she screaming from? Ah! A cop comes down to give a panicked Ingrid her bag when the Night Slasher drives at them. Okay, it's not going to stop. Move out of the way. Told you to move out of the way. But the police arrive before he can finish Ingrid off. Cobra and Gonzalez figure out that she saw the Night Slasher during his latest murder.
So what do you think?
I think it looks nothing like him. Cobra decides to go to his apartment and check through his list of perps, and Gonzalez goes to Cobra's office. Neither of them stays during the night to protect her from the killer who seems to know her identity and could strike at any time. Because, of course, if they did, they'd catch him because he sneaks into the hospital and disguises himself as a janitor.
Yeah. I'm in your office. What do you need me for?
What are you doing there?
I got a call from headquarters saying you wanted me here.
Get back to the hospital!
Oh yeah, nice picture of Regan in Cobra's office. Subtle. Some goons attack Cobra, but he shoots them. Oh, and Cobra's apartment has a giant neon Pepsi sign above it. This is the worst product placement I've ever seen. For some inexplicable reason, the Night Slasher hides under a bed in a different room to Ingrid for the sole purpose of killing a nurse and adding to the body count. So the Night Slasher walks around the hospital, covered in blood, towards Ingrid. Where are the cops in this building? I know Nancy relocated Gonzalez, but there's still a cop in the building who seems to have disappeared in the middle of this. The Night Slasher strikes, but Nancy was on the toilet. She manages to escape and activate the fire alarm.
Do not harm yourself. Please remain.
Did you spot that? The Night Slasher exited and Cobra entered through the exact same passageway, which means Cobra must have saw him on the way in, saw his bloodstained hands and completely ignored him. They decide to take Ingrid to a safe house, but look who's helping.
This is Officer Stark. She's been assigned to this case.
Wow, what a coincidence. As a result, several members of the anarchist gang attack Cobra and Ingrid in Cobra's car, sparking your standard action movie car chase. Gonzalez establishes himself as being a bloody useless partner by immediately getting taken out by the anarchists. He shot the engine at the front and the back went up like a bomb went off. What? Cobra follows the Night Slasher into a car park and somehow manages to end up on the first floor. Oh right, so he could smash out like that. In the midst of this ridiculously destructive chase, the Night Slasher blows up 2 gas tankers. Is this meant to be a gritty crime drama? Oh forget it, they've given up a long time ago. Cobra then flicks the nitrous oxide in his car. Who does he think he is, Vin Diesel?
Damn, that guy's fast.
The chase manages to span nearly half the city, and yet not a single police car seems to join the chase. No wonder there's so many crimes, they're never around! The chase concludes when Cobra smashes into a boat at the dock and the Night Slasher simply drives away. That's right, he doesn't even check they're dead, he just drives away.
Right, we got enough manpower here to handle it, so why can't we keep this under control?
Because we're not up against one man, we're up against an army of killers. I keep telling you guys that.
Well, this army theory sounds weak.
There were 2 knife-wielding maniacs that tried to kill Cobra at his home. That's pretty conclusive.
And your idea of taking her out of the city for protection is ridiculous.
Monty has a point. Maybe she'll be safer here where we can keep an eye on her instead of upstate.
Oh yeah, because she'll be much safer in the middle of the city than in the middle of nowhere. They let Cobra take her out of the city because...
If he thinks those psychos will follow her, let him go. At least we got him out of the city.
God, this script is idiotic.
There's all these crazy people everywhere. Why can't the police just put them away and keep them away?
Tell them to the judge. We put them away, they let them out.
Makes me sick.
But like I said, you gotta tell it to the judge.
Yeah, we should just scrap the legal system and just hand it over to cops like Cobra to shoot everyone. Innocent until proven guilty. Ha! They stop at a petrol station. You gotta love their efforts to downplay the Coca-Cola machine by putting people in front of the logo and things like that.
Want to have some fun? Walk up to him. You call him. He likes that.
Did you find out anything new?
Since you were in the bathroom, no.
I did. Marion Cobretti. Is that really your name?
Marion Cobretti? Marion? He sounds like a gay porn star.
Do you ever get involved?
With a woman.
Are we absolutely sure he's not gay? Because this could be taken really out of context. They stop at a motel for the night as the anarchists race on their bikes.
Where's Tony?
He's asleep. I was just checking on things at home.
Yes, but the anarchists have already left by this point. Nice editing. Cobra knows she's up to no good and arms himself. Holy shit, grenades!
Rick, where'd you get a hand grenade? I don't know.
Do police officers normally use grenades? In the morning, the bikers arrive, take over the sheriff's office, and are ready to raise hell. This is the ultimate killing spree ending to Wild Hogs. And of course, Gonzalez gets shot. No! Not another Stallone partner injured!
Kill it, motherfucker! You're fucking dead!
Cobra gets possessed by the spirit of Rambo as he starts gunning down dozens of bikers. I mean dozens. I tried keeping score. He kills 12 at the motel, another 14 riding on the back of the truck, and 4 in the lemon field. In this 4-minute sequence, Cobra kills a total of 30 people. John Matrix would be proud. The chase leads into that old action movie favourite, a metal factory, inexplicably in the middle of a lemon field. This metal factory appears to be occupied by one solitary cop who gets shot. Although you can't really blame people for not working there. It's full of open fires, naked flames, and sparks flying everywhere. The place is a death trap. After racking up 5 more kills to his count, Cobra shoots Nancy, but there's still the question of the night slasher who breaks his silent act to spout the film's political subtext.
Let's bleed, pig! We are the hunters! You can't stop the new world! Your filthy society will never get rid of people like us! We are the future!
No! Your history.
You won't do it, pig. You won't shoot.
Yeah, he killed 30 people without a second thought. Of course he's not gonna shoot you.
You have to take me in. Even I have rights. The court is civilized, isn't it?
But I'm not. This is where the law stops, and I start.
Hooray for ethically questionable right-wing bullshit! Suddenly Nancy jumps onto Cobra and the night slasher accidentally shoots her in the back. So sadly we can't add that to Stallone's kill count. Cobra then goes mano-y-mano with the screen's least credible serial killer. You gotta love the screams added in when he clearly isn't. Cobra then throws the night slasher into an open furnace. I guess justice is best served flambéed. So Cobra has saved the girl, his partner gets a hospital room next to Billy D. Williams, but there's still one final cliche before the credits.
Cobretti. No hard feelings. I personally would have looked for a more subtle solution, but that's not your style.
No hard feelings, pal.
Yeah, those lefties need to be punched. So after that physical assault, Cobra and Ingrid ride off together. In case you're wondering, Stallone's kill count in this movie is 41. This is so completely ridiculous, it's hysterical. No cliche or left-wing stereotype is left untouched. The product placement is shameless and intrusive, the violence is completely gratuitous, and the plot is far-fetched even by Stallone's standards. The whole thing feels cheap and sleazy, and has aged badly. So all in all, this is Stallone's Commando, except it takes itself so damn seriously that it makes it even funnier. I'm Matthew Buck, beating down bad movies everywhere.